For all the coffee lovers out there, have you ever imagined your life without at least one cup of coffee a day? I'm pretty sure you will get a little crazy. Well, if we don't do anything in order to fight climate change, coffee might disappear from our daily lives. How's that possible? Let me explain how coffee and climate change are related. Around the world, more than 500 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year, and as you might know, coffee comes mainly from countries such as Colombia, Brazil, India, and Vietnam, which are some of the top coffee producers. These countries are considered to be the best coffee producers because they are located very close to the imaginary line of latitude called the equator, which makes them have dry and rainy seasons throughout the whole year. Besides, some cities and regions inside these countries are located in the perfect altitude to grow amazing coffee. In other words, some regions from the top coffee-producing countries have the right weather and they are at the right altitude for perfect coffee. Unfortunately, coffee producers have produced very little these past years in comparison with what they used to do a decade ago. So, here's why I relate climate change with coffee production. The atmosphere in the planet has been warming up because of solar radiation and especially because of greenhouse gases. This makes the whole planet warmer and warmer, and as I mentioned before, coffee plants need the perfect weather to grow as they should. What I mean is that when coffee plants are at the right altitude and at the right temperature, their taste and texture are the perfect ones for most of the desserts, drinks, and other products that require coffee beans and that we love. Because of climate change, coffee plants overheat and are not able to produce good coffee, or sometimes they're not even able to produce coffee at all. Coffee needs specific environmental conditions in order to grow. Therefore, since climate change affects the coffee production, this affects farmers too, because many of them depend on how much coffee they produce so they can sell it and be able to sustain their families. Of course, this also means that coffee producing countries will be affected economically wise as well, and coffee importing countries such as United States, Canada, France, and many others will have to pay way more in order to get good coffee. If you don't want to feel clumsy or grumpy for the rest of your life and you want to keep having your wonderful coffee, we must share awareness about climate change and give our best in order to help this planet.